Hey everybody, it's Jason here. So, as you know, earlier this evening, I posted my life story on YouTube. It was really hard thing to do, um, and I was like crying in the process of making it, because it's really tough, to talk about your past, all the bad things that have happened in your life, and just trying to move on, I guess, Like earlier when I was doing it, when I was writing the part about my mom and how she was stabbed 23 times, now she was never my Valentine because she got taken from me. That part hit home the most, I think, because I never got to say goodbye. She was taken from me. Next thing I know, I'm fucking in the police department being, I guess you could say, taken care of. They were trying to comfort me while they were questioning her until she died. So, I mean, it's not like she immediately died after getting stabbed 23 times. Um, it punctured her heart, her lungs, and a lot of other internal organs. And my dad finally apologized to me in this really long letter that really tore me up. It made me want to cry so bad, and I did. Um, I shared it with my brother, and we felt the same pain. The fact of losing the person that gave birth to you. It's kind of hard, but I guess it's life, and God had his purpose for me, and if that's the way that things had to go down, that's the way they went down. Um, I guess I can be thankful because without my mom being here, I've accomplished so much in my life, and it's a really hard thing to do, be without a mom for so long, but I finally have one again, and she's like, she's almost my best friend, but we haven't quite gotten there yet. But it's really close. Like, I'm super close to her. Like, I love her to death. And I'm so glad that God put her in my life because without her, I'd probably be a mess. I'd probably still be in group homes, and truly thankful for that. Yeah, but yeah, doing that video just really tore me up. Um, the original song that I did for the video was Bette Midler's "The Wind Beneath My Wings," and "You and I" or was or no, it was "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga. Born this way because of the fact that I was born into this world how I am. Things happen. I'm not perfect, but I am who I am. And if you don't like it, too bad. And Bette Midler, "The Wind Beneath My Wings" was the song that I dedicated to my mom after she passed. I heard it on the radio, and it was like perfect because she's been there with me through all my times of pain, all my times of sorrow, and without her, I don't know if I would have been able to get where I am, but because of her being gone, it really helped. I mean, just having the simple memories of her songs, us playing games together, stuff like that. Yeah, there were good times, trust me, and I do miss the good times, but I don't need those anymore. Those are old memories. That's who I used to be. That's before I was adopted and before my life was good and how it is now. So I really do thank my mom for leaving this world, even though it wasn't in the best of conditions and uh, it wasn't her time to go yet, but things happen for a reason, I guess, and that reason was me and my brother having great lives, and while my dad rots in prison where he should have been from the start. But yeah. And for those of you who don't know, I have forgiven my father. Um, it took me years to do, and I did it when I received that letter. I finally, in my heart, was able to forgive him for all the years of lying to me, all the years of the hurt that he caused me, the pain in my heart, knowing that my mom, my best friend, she was gone, you know? That it really, really hurt. And I mean, your own father, first he takes your mom's life, and then he denies it. Like, it wasn't his, it wasn't what he meant to do. And it hurt. That letter, it really, really, really tore me up for a good couple days. And I mean, I've already had my time of crying. I've had my time of pain and sorrow. I've had my grieving. I've had 10 years of it, you know? Um, so, I mean, I finally forgave my dad and let go of the pain. That was the final step in my healing process. And in my heart, I knew that was the best thing for me to do, as, I mean, he truly, I can tell that he truly is sorry now more than ever, as he's been in prison for 11 years. He should be, you know? So, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm proud of my dad, because I deserved that right to know the truth from my father, and the fact that it took him 11 years really makes me mad. But at the same time, it's better late than never, you know. That's the only thing I've wanted to hear from him from the day I asked him, you know, the first day that I asked him, why'd you do it, you know? I mean, that's the only thing I was hoping for and I was waiting for. I'm minus all the, I mean, yeah, I still, deep down in my heart, I still love my dad. I mean, he is my dad, but you can't kill my mom and expect me to love you back, you know? I mean, it's a really, really fucked up thing to do, and in a way, I mean, I almost didn't want to forgive him. I mean, he took the one person in this world before anybody else that understood me as a child and loved me for me no matter what, you know? And so, I mean, the video was really, really hard to do. And the fact that I'm serious about everything that's ever gone in my life. I've been in and out of foster care, in and out of child protective services. Just things that a child should never have to see in his life, you know? And it's really, really a painful thing to go through. But yeah, so the video was super, super hard for me to do because of the fact that, in a way, I'm still kind of grieving. And I mean, I'm not like in pain. I'm not crying every day like I used to be when I was littler. And I don't go, when something goes bad in my life, I don't just give up, drop to the floor, and start crying, you know? That's what used to happen. I used to just want to shut down and run away from my problems, you know? I mean, everybody's got problems. No one's perfect. It's just how you deal with your problems that make you perfect, you know? And it took me 10 years to figure that out, that everybody has problems, and you just gotta learn to move on after time. I mean, 10 years is a long fucking time, and no one should have to deal with that. I mean, the pain of losing someone so close to you, the pain that you grew up in a broken home, that, I mean, all that is just, it's nothing that any child should ever have to see in his life, like I said. I mean, I wish things went better in my childhood, yes I do. But in a way, I have my second childhood, you know? My first one was taken from me, but I mean, look where I am now. I have all the video games a guy could want. I have computer collection. I mean, I'm like a big kid now, you know? And it's kind of refreshing because I'm like a kid at heart, but I'm an adult and I know that, and I'm okay with it. I don't care. I collect things, yeah. My room's a mess just like a kid's would be. There's no doubt in that. But it's just the fact that my mom left this world the way she did is what really hurts me. And I mean, I'm definitely over it now, but sometimes, sometimes you really just want to cry because life's fucked up and you just have to, I guess, go with the punches. So life's punched me a lot of times, trust me. More than I talked about in my other video, but yeah. So I mean, I'm glad I'm finally opening up, like, to the world instead of just therapists and my mom. Like, before I just, like, before this year, well, this year, really, I celebrated the 10th year. I mean, technically it's 11, but I wanted to celebrate it as 10 because after that letter that I got from my dad, I was really able to, like, rejoice. She's free. Her spirit's no longer trapped here on Earth. I mean, even if it was to watch over me and my brother, of course, but she can finally rest easy, knowing that the man who did this admitted to his crime is what really makes me happy. I mean, more than anything. And this year, for Valentine's Day, what I did is I went and got my Zelda tattoo. I got it like the day of, I think, and that was the one thing that I did special for my mom this year. I mean, usually I tie a card to a balloon and send it off to her, but I know she's gotten them all, and I know that she just looks at me smiling down, and she knows that everything's okay, her little boy's grown up, he's moved on, he's a man, and he's finally starting a life for himself, and that's what she wants. So I don't have to do the balloon thing anymore. I mean, when I was a kid, that's all it ever made me know that mom was looking over me. I didn't know that she was. I didn't know that a balloon wasn't the answer. She's always going to be looking over me, and it took me 10 years to notice that. And yeah, so I got the tattoo. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it stands for power, courage, and wisdom. And the reason why I got the tattoo is because of the fact that those are things my mom gave me. She gave me the power to be strong, to move on with my life. She gave me the courage to deal with the shit that I've had to put up with. She's given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, to not be bad, to not do things that are going to hurt my body or me. She's given me so much out of so little, I mean, I only knew her really a couple years, like, pretty much while we were running for my dad. And, I mean, those couple years are what meant the most to me, And so, I mean, it's really a hard thing to deal with, and I still have my moments. Like now, I'm kind of like an emotional wreck right now because just thinking about it just makes me want to cry. And I'm strong, I keep my head high, and it's what God would want me to do. It's what she would want me to do to move on with my life. And so I'm doing that now by expressing myself to the world and letting the world know how I feel. Well, anyways, time for this video's up, so I'm going to record another one talking about it. So I'll see you guys in the second part of the video. Okay? Yeah.